I remember the day everything shattered like glass beneath my feet. My brother's fiancée, the girl we all trusted, the girl I had once welcomed into our home, had betrayed him, betrayed us all. I uncovered her lies, her manipulations, her deceitful words whispered in secret, and it was as if the ground gave way beneath me. That moment, when I realized she had been plotting to ruin us all, felt like a blow to my very soul. But what cut deeper than her betrayal was what came next. While my brother was drowning in heartbreak, she turned her venom elsewhere, straight to our mother. While the wedding plans advanced, she confided in her, asking for her blessing, smiling so falsely as if she hadn't just betrayed her own blood. I watched from the shadows, humiliated, shattered, yet something in me ignited. I knew then that I couldn't let her win. Not over my brother, not over my family, not over my own future. I left. I retreated into the shadows, but not to hide. Instead, I gathered every ounce of pain, every ounce of shame and rage, and I forged them into my armor. I dedicated myself to rising from the ashes of that betrayal. I knew I had to prove that I was more than the broken girl they thought I was, more than the failure society mocked me for. Fail I did not. What I did was transform. I threw myself into building something of my own. I started a business from scratch. Grueling, relentless, fueled by heartbreak and the furious desire to reclaim my narrative. Nights blurred into days. Sweat and tears became my currency. Every setback was a lesson. Every rejection a push forward. Slowly, my business grew. It thrived in ways I never imagined, overshadowing the fleeting happiness that girl had ever glimpsed with her lies. And then, years later, I returned, stronger, wiser, unbreakable. I had built a life that whispered the truth. I was not defined by their betrayal, but by how I responded. I stood before the very people who had cast me aside. The whispers of doubt and the shame they once hurled at me no longer held weight. They dissolved in the quiet power of my success. I looked at my mother that day, not with anger, but with a quiet, victorious smile. I had reclaimed my story. The girl once humiliated, cast aside, and dismissed was now a woman standing tall in her own light. I realized that my greatest revenge was not revenge at all. It was my resilience, my growth, my refusal to be broken. In that moment, I understood something profound. Pain, betrayal, rejection, they shape us. But they do not define us. We define ourselves through how we rise. And I am unstoppable now, a testament that even in darkness, you can find your own dawn. I proved to everyone, including her, that I was more than the hurt I carried. I am the storm I created, and I own my future. Because the greatest revenge isn't what they see. It's what